just flip you around. Sorry about the light. That was blinding. I'm sorry. Hey, Brooke. It's good to see you, sweetheart. How are you? Glad you're here. Love you so much. Okay. All right. I have been saging everything. It's probably really smoky in here. I've said a little prayer for summer. Said a little prayer for Summer Wells today. Just hoping that we find her soon. Hey, Aggie. It's so good to see you, sweetie. So glad you're here. So how are you girls feeling about this Shipley guy? Well, first of all, has everybody seen Ziggy's recent video with Bill Shipley's soon-to-be ex-wife, Kelley? Have you guys seen that? That was an intense, scary... It's good to see you guys. That was really scary. So you haven't seen Ziggy's video. This man, I mean, his ex-wife, or she's not an ex-wife just yet. She's a soon-to-be ex-wife, okay? So, she gave a lot of interesting details about Bill Shipley. Now, remember, there's a lot of Bills that we have around the Wells property. We have Wild Bill. We have a Bill Bennett, I believe. There's a couple of Bills that were hanging out at the property of the Wells. And there's been a couple of Bills, okay? Now, this is a woman that was married to Bill Shipley, who supposedly has been accused by her own children of accusing Bill Shipley of hurting their own mother, okay? So, are you guys still there? It's saying something went wrong. Are you guys still there? Can you see me? Yes, it's very strange. Can you guys see my screen? Or did I lose you? Hold on. I turn the volume down. Okay, I think it's okay now. So, this man, okay, is accused of harming his first wife, who was found with damage to her chest, or I think the coroner said blunt force trauma to her chest, okay? Which is odd as well. And her own children have accused this man of basically harming his wife, okay? Now, the soon-to-be ex Kelley has said that he saw Don at a stoplight, showed Don Wells a gun, and followed, I guess, back to the home where Don Wells goes down and gets his paycheck and holds Summer's hand. Now, this is allegedly, okay? Allegedly. Nothing I'm saying should be taken as fact, all right? This is just me repeating hearsay. I'm only repeating what something was told on the internet, okay? So we can't take what I'm saying as fact. I'm just telling you what this ex has said about this man. That he held Summer's hand while Don went down and got, I think, like $500 or something like that. And I think, that's kind of a threat. Wouldn't you guys take that as a threat? Yes, that second wife is Kelley. Yes, allegedly. Everything I'm saying is alleged, not to be taken as fact. Remember, this is my own spiritual opinion here. This is not something that you would contact TBI about. Please don't waste TBI's time. They're not going to take a tarot card reading as fact. So we're just going to focus all of our energy on Bill Shipley. We're going to ask God to help us with our cards and show us the answers that we seek. Okay, I've saged everything. I just want to say a quick little prayer with you guys. I hope you guys don't mind that I pray, before I read tarot. I hope it doesn't bother you, but I mean, that's just what I do. My deity is God. So that's who I pray to. All right. Okay. Heavenly Father, Lord God, I ask you to please bless these cards and provide us with the answers that we seek. Keep everyone at home safe and protected. I ask you, Lord God, to protect my home, my children, my husband, and my pets. I ask you, Lord God, to allow these cards to give us the answers that we seek about Summer Wells. We are asking about what happened to this precious little girl. These cards cannot be used to cause harm. Lord God, please bless these cards and bless everyone. Amen. In the Father, name, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay. All right. I just feel better asking God to bless the cards and help us with the answers that we seek. It's just something I do. Okay. And amen, everybody. All right. Let's see what we get. Now, I like to shuffle a lot. You guys know I like to meditate with shuffling. It's I really need to get my energy on these cards and feel the vibration through them. Oh my gosh, you guys, I wish I would have recorded it last night. I had the most intense reading I've ever done on someone, and it was my neighbor. And, it was, basically I walked out of his house. He gave me like $60 for doing a reading for him. Because you guys know I only charge like $20 for a reason, but he was like, oh my gosh, everything you said was like spot on. I predicted that he got a new job. I predicted exactly where he was going to work. I saw him in a uniform. I picked out the color of his uniform even. It was crazy. And he didn't even tell anybody that he got the job that day. So he just received the email that day that he was getting the job. And I'm like telling him, you're getting a new job. You're gonna be wearing this uniform and you're gonna be working here. It was crazy. Very powerful tarot reading I did on that guy yesterday. It was insane. Yeah, this was on Ziggy's channel. His ex Kelley. It's a great interview. You guys should really check it out. If you guys want to leave Ziggy's channel information in the comments section, one of the mods, I really appreciate it. Because Ziggy did a really good job interviewing her and kept her talking, because it was very difficult for this girl to talk about. You can tell that she is a victim of domestic violence, okay? So Ziggy did a really good job interviewing this girl. So I'm really proud of Ziggy. I love Ziggy very much. If you guys wouldn't mind leaving her information in the comments section, because I am speaking about her, and I think if I'm talking about another YouTuber, I should at least leave their information in the comment section to be polite. Thank you so much, Brooke. I appreciate it. Even if it's somebody that we don't like, I still feel that I need to be respectful to the other channel and provide their channel information, just to be respectful and provide that courtesy. Okay. All right, cards, tell us about Bill Shipley. Who is Bill Shipley? Is he involved in Summer Wells' disappearance? Who is Bill Shipley? Is he involved in Summer Wells' disappearance? Who is Bill Shipley? And is he involved in Summer Wells' disappearance? Who is Bill Shipley? And is he involved in Summer Wells' disappearance? Who is Bill Shipley? Is he involved in Summer Wells' disappearance? All right, I'm starting to feel the energy in my hands. Starting to feel it. It's almost like you get this like tingly vibration feeling in your hands. That's when you know your tarot cards are prepped. Takes a lot of shuffling for me sometimes. Spirit, please tell me about Bill Shipley. Please, Spirit, tell us about Bill Shipley. Who is he? Family. I feel like that should have come out in reverse. But there can be fighting because we have Mars. There's some drugs involved. I got Pisces with a family. So Pisces is showing up, and Mars can be conflict within a family. And you know what I think is weird about this card? Now, this card doesn't mean this, but I'm just going to tell you, when I first started reading about Summer Wells, tell me that this isn't like the house on the hill in the middle of like freaking nowhere. There's a creek nearby, there's a road, right? On top of a hill with the trees surrounding it and a pathway up there and children and a mother and a father. Like, do you not see that? Like, when I first started reading about Summer Wells and seeing that picture of that house up on that hill, gives me chills sometimes. I always think of summer when I get that card sometimes. That's not what the card means though, but I'm just saying as a visual, that seriously looks like the Wells property on top of that hill. So we have a family, which could be the Wells family as well. Drugs and conflict and anger. Communication. This came out sideways, so... So I want to read, I'm going to take it as both ways. Negligence, mistakes, setbacks, miss the best time. Some type of disappointment with communication. So this could be Bill Shipley is starting to figure out that people are talking about him and his ears are buzzing. Maybe he had something in the works. Then this is going to put a damper on that. Whatever future plans he had, this isn't helping him. And I'm going to say, if he was waiting for a ship to come in, it's not coming in now. But this can just be all this negativity communications that are coming in about him. Like the ship, we see ships off in the distance. We got an eye on him. Basically, we're keeping an eye on him. Yes, thank you. I would really appreciate a like. Thank you, Brooke, so much. I forget to do that, guys. I'm not really like a YouTuber. I forget to say stuff like, you know, all the YouTube things I'm supposed to say, like leave me a like, please subscribe. I messed that up. So, yes, please. That would be great. And if anyone would like a reading after that, we can do personal readings tonight after this as well. Unless you guys have any other questions that you want me to read on. Please talk about Bill Shipley. Another thing here is the sun and Aries. So this is self. Okay, the sun is a person, usually a man older than 30. Self, and Aries rules the god of war, anger, right? Someone is angry that we're talking about them. He's angry that we're talking about him. Bill Shipley is angry. He doesn't like it. A lot of horrible things have been said about this man, including animal abuse. This is not a nice man. If it's true, if you look on his Facebook, it's not good. Okay, this is a person that could be capable of, I don't know, hurting a child, but just doing something really shady, okay? I mean, if you're going to be cruel to animals, I can't. If you're cruel to animals, I can see you being cruel to children too. So, and his first wife died of blunt force trauma to the chest, and I believe they are investigating him for her murder at this point. Tower moment. He still loves Kelley. He still has a lot of love for her. But she's coming out of a tower moment. She felt like she was in prison before. I mean, if you look at this card upright, you know, this is a woman that felt imprisoned. The tower moment has happened. Again, we have Mars here. Again, Mars is arguing, conflict, anger, okay? This man is losing his crown. He's losing his footing. She's coming out of her tower moment and she's awake now. I mean, she's literally seeing things in a new perspective about this man. She sees him for who he really is. She's trying to rebuild herself. I would say that's Kelley trying to rebuild herself. I think she's having a spiritual awakening, Kelley, in a way, with this card as well. You know, there's going to be an abundance of outpour and love for her. I mean, this card is just love, right? I think that Billy still does love her. But the Summer Wells community is going to accept her and love her. Yeah, he has no idea what love is. Right. If you can hurt an animal, you could definitely hurt a child. You're right, Brooke. Hi, Whistle. It's good to see you, sweetie. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it so much. I mean, the Summer Wells community is one of the most giving and loving communities out there. I mean, even some of the other channels that support the Wells, they can be, you know, some of them are messed up, I'm going to say that, but even that community can be quite giving as well, okay, even if they support the Wells. The Summer Wells community is a beautiful community that is willing to help people. I mean, we just went through it with Andrew Scam Drew, and I made that mistake reaching out to help him. I won't make that mistake again. But you know, it is a loving community, a very forgiving and loving community that Summer Wells has brought all of us together. Tell me about Bill Shipley, please. Actually, I'm going to pull a couple of these. Yeah. Oh, you missed it with Kelley? Oh my gosh. Well, when you get a chance, you got to watch it, Brooke. What this girl went through is terrible. And I mean, from what she's telling us, yes, I absolutely believe that this man could absolutely hurt a child. I mean, I hate to think that, but at the same time, some of the stuff that has been said about him, it's just so cruel. And I'm thinking about this whole Don Wells situation where he showed Don Wells a gun, told Don Wells to give him the money that he owed him. I don't know if it was for work or if it was for drugs. That's still not totally clarified for me yet. And that he held Summer's hand while Don went down to go get money to pay him. Now, why hasn't Don Wells mentioned this? I find that suspicious as well. I mean, you'd think, because everyone is looking at Don Wells as if he's guilty. So if this Billy Shipley, Wild Bill, okay, did do something like that, and remember Hunter said that there was somebody by the name of Billy up there hurting kids or being weird with kids, right? The phone call before Hunter was dropped off, okay? So, you know, and now this is coming out, and then it just makes you wonder, why wouldn't Don and Candace come forward with this? Because they know they look like suspects to most of us. Most of us have them listed as suspects, or that they're directly involved or indirectly involved, but still know something, right? So my question to Don Wells and Candace is, why didn't they come forward with this information that a man showed a gun to Don demanding money? Like, to me, yes, speculation. So, conflict. I just saw conflict. Conflict and left out in the cold. So this is a group fighting, inner conflict. If you look, everybody's got their eye on their own wand, and they're all self-absorbed with what their wants and what their needs are. Everyone in this fight is only focusing on their own wand, okay? But the wands are crossing and touching. So this is a lot of conflict within a group. which, yeah, basically there's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of conflict, one, in our Summer Wells community. There's a lot of conflict with this Bill Shipley and his wife. And each one of them have their eyes on their own wand. Now, this is someone feeling left out in the cold, can be illness, can be, destitute. I mean, you think like all the love is inside this church and they feel blocked out from that love, right? And this is, you think about the time of ancient times, because these cards are made in the late 1300s and 1400s, okay? So, actually, I think like early 1400s, these cards were made. So you think about, this is when leprosy was running rampant, okay? So this is somebody with leprosy. He's all covered up and he's got a bell around his neck, because when you were a leper, you had to ring a bell so people knew that you were coming, so they could hear you. So there's this stigmatism attached to this. Now there's a stigmatism being poor and bankrupt. It also is a stigmatism for being destitute, someone that's morally corrupt, okay? But they can't get into the love and the money and all the good people. The God-fearing people are in this church, and they are blocked out of it because they have a stigmatism attached to them. He's got the bell around his neck, so that means he's a leper, okay? Very interesting card. There's a lot of history about this card, and the original card has a little bit more detail to it. I have to find that book for you one day and show it to you guys, what the original tarot cards look like. Hi, Miss Peggy. It's good to see you. I understand, too. I had to leave because I had a full-blown panic attack. You did, Whistle? Why did you have a panic attack, honey? Are you okay now, Whistle? Everything okay with Whistle? Hi, XI, Angel. It's good to see you. Hello. Thank you for being here. Okay, so Bill Shipley is running out of options. Running out of places to hide. He needs to be careful who he talks to and what he wishes for, because he just might get it. I feel like, now that's not what this card means. I'm just going to tell you what I'm feeling. I feel like he did tell somebody something. I think he may have confessed in, I'm not saying that he confessed into doing something to Summer. I'm saying that he said something to somebody, and now he's regretting what he said. And now that could be Kelley, or that could be someone else, too. He's feeling left out in the cold. He feels betrayed, blocked. And people are seeing him for who he really is, this dark shadow man. I mean, look at it. This is, you have all these options, you have all these choices, but be careful what you wish for, because you got a dragon over here. This one looks like you got a treasure. This one looks like you're going to be successful, but you see there's a little hidden Easter egg here. Do you see the skull on the cup? So this is that classic saying, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. But I feel like this card, for his situation, is that he's running out of options. He is running out of options. And the Summer Wells community is showing an outpouring of love for Kelley. And that's going to really piss him off. He does not like that. Yes, this dog story upset me. I really have a hard time saying it too. Welcome, Angel. I'm glad that you just joined. Yes, I mean, you guys have to listen to that on Ziggy's channel. It upset me too. It gave me a lot of anger. I am an animal lover. That dog suffered. If this is a true story, the dog suffered. Kelley's dog was also died of rat poisoning, she believes. So that dog suffered as well. If you've ever Googled how your pet dies, if they get into rat poison, it's terrible. That's why I don't believe in killing mice or rats with rat poison. I think you can do it a more humane way, because somebody's cat could get a hold of that mouse and eat it and die too for, you know, doing its job. A cat's job is to kill mice. I mean, that's what they do. They keep your house clean. So, I mean, I really don't support using rat poisoning to kill rats. It's not humane. But, sure, I can do you. How am I saying your name? Arlen? Arland? As soon as we're done doing you, is it okay if you Cash App me? I can have one of the mods leave my Cash App in. It's $20 for a personal reading. I don't charge to read on victims of true crime. If you want a personal reading, it's $20. Okay, so this is... Oof. It was a lot of cards that came out. But here's what I'm thinking. Okay, this is the loyal knight that comes and, you know, tells you all the things that you want to hear in the beginning. And I think this is what Kelley, the girl Kelley, has gone through, okay? He comes to her as the loyal, loving knight, the one that's got a message for you. He says it's the wings of the wings of Mercury, even though this is a water sign and a water sign card. But if you look on the helmet, he's got those wings, which is the wings of Mercury. So that means his voice whispers sweet nothings in your ear, okay? This is a loyal, loving knight in the upright position, but his came out in reverse. So all his little whispers and all of his false promises. So they come to you with their cup full of love, but in reality, it's a facade. This is the man that promises to love you and take care of you for the rest of your life, okay? But he leaves you homeless in the middle of the street, you know, destitute, okay? And he just abandons you. That's what this knight is. I have the death card in reverse, which to me is not always the best, but I mean the death card isn't a bad card. It means that there's a death and a rebirth, especially when it's in reverse. This card is ruled by Pluto, the planet of death. So, you know, this is a king losing his crown. If you look, there's a king that's lost his crown. Everybody's begging for the king's life to stay alive, but it's in reverse. So he thinks he's going to weasel his way out of this. I really think Bill Shipley thinks he's going to weasel his way out of this. He's coming out as the wounded soldier. You know, this is the soldier that's been through a heavy battle. He's got a head injury. This makes me wonder, Bill Shipley might not be right in the head. I tell you guys, a lot of you guys know my personal story about me and my husband. My husband suffers from viral encephalitis, and I get this card for him all the time in the upright position when I read for him. My husband does have brain damage. And look, this is someone that's been wounded, they're hurt, but they're still in there fighting the good fight, right? They still got some fight left in them, and they got a lot of support behind them. People love them and are ready to stand up for them and fight with them, right? And this soldier, he's looking on, he's seeing the soldiers march towards them, and he's still there holding his wand for another battle. But it comes out in reverse. So what this is telling me, for me, is that he's feeling weary, he's feeling wounded, he's not happy, and he might not be all right in the head. I think the cards are telling us who this man really is. And he thinks he's going to try to get out of this. Like he's going to weasel his way out. Now I want to ask about Summer. Let's just see. These cards can sometimes really give us a deep dive on somebody's personality as well. Hi, Maddie. My dad abandoned me. Can you tell me where he is? I'm really scared, and my mom's a drug addict. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Maddie. Yeah, are you 18, honey? It's $20 to get your cards read. Hello, Foosh today. It's good to see you. Yes, I am a Christian. I'm a Christian witch. Tell me about Bill Shipley, please. Tell me about Bill Shipley. I have a feeling he's like a complete narcissist. That's just the vibes that I'm getting. Cards, like Spirit is telling me he's a complete narcissist. He's a very toxic person. I think Kelley's going to have a long, hard road of healing ahead of her. But the feeling that I'm getting, hello, Blue Eyes, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Spirit is telling me that he is a narcissist, so that's interesting. I'm coming up that he feels privileged. I'm not sure what that's about. Because that card wanted to come out earlier too. He feels privileged. He feels like he knows more than everyone else. Well, he thinks that Kelley's being a bitch. He's privileged, or he thinks Kelley is privileged and a bitch. Interesting, right? Yeah, these cards are pretty interesting. I don't pull them that much, but they give really interesting details about people's personality. Kind of tells me what I'm dealing with. What kind of personality type I'm dealing with. He thinks he's a unicorn simp. He thinks he's special. Billy thinks he's special. Billy thinks he's special. He thinks he's a unicorn. And he's very angry at Kelley. That is for sure. Yeah, I really want to give Billy Shipley a really good reading, guys. So I'm going to pull a few more cards on him, okay? I want to pull a few more decks because this guy is an interesting character. And the vibes that I got from him are just terrifying, okay? Like, this man's a freaking monster. I also want to pull the Zodiac deck as well. And I just want to see if he has anything to do with Summer Wells. That's all. I mean, just really trying to get a good vibe for him. Sorry, and then we'll do personal readings after that, okay? I'm just a little channel. I don't have the little cash little icon thing, guys. I'm not sure if I'm even going to apply for it. Maybe I will. I think I have to have over 1,000 subscribers to get that. So if you like it here, leave me a like. I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe. It would be great. Hi, Kelley Neal. It's good to see you, sweetie. Okay. Tell me about Bill Shipley, please. I mean, I wonder if this is the Wild Bill. Like, didn't they say there was a Wild Bill that was living in Don Wells' shed at the bottom of the driveway, and he had a crush on Grandis, which I don't understand how that's even possible. But I mean, hi, Linda. It's good to see you, sweetie. Thank you for being here. So, yeah, I wonder if this is the same Wild Bill, but I thought that he was an older, oh, he's angry. This guy is pissed off. Bill Shipley is pissed that we are talking about him. Oh, he does not like it. He is pissed. That's why I got all this Mars energy, Libra energy. It means there's a relationship that's breaking down. He's going to be really pissed off that the Summer Wells community is going to accept Kelley with open arms. I do believe that we will help her to some degree. I do feel like we will be a support system for her, just like we are for Mary, one of Don Wells' other victims. Stop. So he was an abuser. That's how I look at this. Needs a break, needs a separation. So she had to get away from him. I mean, she had to get away from him for probably, I mean, for somebody to die from blunt force, his first wife died from blunt force trauma to her chest. That means That is a lot of force. Like she was hit with something or stomped on something. And I guess if it's blunt force trauma to the chest, I'm assuming that it made her heart stop beating. I should probably ask the cards about that. How did his first wife die? How did his first wife die? You know what? I'm going to ask Tarot and see if anything comes up for this. Tell me about Bill Shipley. Tell me about his first wife. How did his first wife die? 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 Justice is coming for him. Woo-hoo! Justice for the first wife is coming. Okay, that's a good card, guys. I'm happy to see justice will come. Now, I'm praying that it will be justice for Summer, but I feel like this is going to be justice for the first wife because I was asking about the first wife. This man thinks that he's untouchable, that he is a unicorn, that he is something special, and he thinks he's smarter than all of us. He really does. He thinks he's smarter than us. All right. This is a huge deck. But I just want to just pull a couple of these cards out. You know what? Let me pull some from the Zodiac. See what we get. I know I'm pulling a lot of decks, guys, but I really want to give Bill Shipley a full reading. I really just want to get a couple of cards going. Going to ask the Zodiac deck. Tell us about Summer Wells. Tell us about Bill Shipley. So I'm going to be reading the planets. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Tyrex. It's good to see you. I'm glad you guys are all here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, mods, for being here. I don't think I've ever had this many people in my chat before. Thank you so much. What's with all the candles? I'm a candle freak and a crystal freak. I kind of have a crystal addiction. I don't know if you can tell. I love candles because, well, one, this one's for my chakra. This one's for my crown chakra. So, yeah. And I have sage burning because I'm really trying to tap into my intuition, my crown chakra. I mean, this is a spiritual channel. We are a spiritual family here, and we're just looking at true crime on a spiritual level. It does not mean that it's fact. This is just our spiritual opinions as a family. Can you guys tell me how you feel about Bill Shipley in the comments? I really want to know how you guys feel. I respect your opinions, especially Aggie and Brooke. I really, really would like to know how you guys are feeling about this man. Mars, Aries, anger. This man is enraged. This is fighting. This is anger. Why is he so angry? I got Mars here too. So Aries is Mars, right? This is fury. This man is angry. Now, can he be angry enough at dawn? Now, what have I been saying all along about the astrology? That somebody is pissed off at dawn. That the astrology shows on Summer Wells' crime chart that Mars is pissed off at dawn. Aries is Mars, okay? I've been saying that from day one. There's a lot of anger directed towards Dawn Wells. A lot of anger. And that it could be about money, because it's Taurus is ruling the DC line. It could be about money. It could be about property. It could be about sex, because trafficking. Taurus is the second house. So the second house rules your possessions, meaning that Summer could have been looked at as a possession. Or, you know, like when we did Charlotte Senna, the little girl that got kidnapped, I said possible human trafficking. Got Scorpio, which rules death, emotions. Oh, okay. That a child is looked at as a piece of property or a bargaining chip. And when it showed up for Charlotte Senna, we ended up with a ransom note asking for money, remember? Cancer. This can be family. This can be a mother figure. Cancer rules the feminine. It rules the 4th house, which is your safe place, your emotions. Anger towards the family. Cancer rules family. You see that? Anger towards the family. And at the bottom of the deck, Mars. Anger. Mars is the god of war, meaning that he is declaring war. I think Bill Shipley is someone that we should definitely consider, okay? I'm not saying that he did anything. I'm not saying that he hurt Summer, okay? But what I am saying with these cards, I am going to say that he should be someone that we keep an eye on. And remember, I mentioned Taurus on the DC line. That was the next card. As money, Taurus rules your possessions. He rules how you make money. It's ruled by Venus, so it's balance, like finding balance in debt, okay? Your possessions, how you make money, how you save money, and how a person is looked at as a possession, that they're no longer looked at as human. They're looked at as a possession. Very interesting that I'm getting these cards, and the next card is even fire, which is rage and anger, passion, desires, anger. There's anger all over this. So either Kelley needs to really be careful. All right, I just want to put that out there. Kelley needs to be very careful. I do feel like he's very angry and that he could be dangerous. Yes, absolutely. I do feel like I'm dealing with a narcissist here. A narcissist, they do feel like they're special. A narcissist does feel privileged. And a narcissist does think that everyone else is a little bitch compared to them, right? I got all this, like, look at this. Mars, fire. It's anger, okay? In crime, okay? In a regular reading, I'd say, woo, woo, this is passion. This is desire, okay? If we weren't reading about true crime. But we're reading about true crime, so I need to look at the malefic aspects of what these planets offer, okay? And fire is rage. It is anger. It is aggression, okay? And in her actual astrology, Mars is square Dawn in Summer's astrology. So I know that someone was angry at Dawn when Summer was hurt or missing or taken or whatever happened to Summer. When she got gone, there was anger directed towards Dawn. And this reading right here is telling me that somebody is very angry and could possibly look at Summer as a possession and could have anger towards Cancer, which rules the 4th house, which rules family, the feminine, fertility, your safe place, your emotional well-being, right? This is all Cancer. But in crime, it rules family or the mother. Very interesting. Yes, a lot of anger. A lot of anger. So why don't you guys tell me how you feel about this? I think he has killed before. Aggie thinks so. It actually has some kind of motive as far as investigating. Brooke says, yeah, he could. I mean, the motive would be that I guess the motive would be what? That Don Wells ripped him off? Is that what they're saying, guys? Correct me if I'm wrong, that Don Wells ripped him off, right? That's why he's pissed at Don Wells. Hi, country girl. It's good to see you. Anyone who can hurt animals will always hurt a human, I think. I agree with you, country girl, 100%. And I don't really want to repeat what was said on Ziggy's live, but it's animal abuse, okay? I mean, it's not just animal abuse. It's making the animal suffer a horrible death. and then just discarding it like it's a piece of trash. There's some type of torturing involved. You know, it's not like a quick death, guys. These animals suffered. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. This, again, is hearsay. I cannot say that Bill Shipley did or did not do this, but what is being said about him is some pretty awful things. And his first wife's children are accusing him of hurting their mother, okay? They have come right out on Facebook and have accused Bill Shipley of harming their mother, okay? And in the beginning, it was that she supposedly died, the first wife died of a drug overdose, but now we find out that she has died from blunt force trauma to the chest. So that's not a drug overdose, okay? From what I understand, heroin is involved. It's a pretty intense drug, heroin, and people do crazy things on meth and heroin. So, bye, guys. Bye, Whistle. Thank you so much for stopping by, honey. I really appreciate it. I know it's hard to talk about the animal stuff. I don't mean to upset anybody. Hi. Hi, Darkest. Hi. Hello, guys. Nice to meet you all. I'm also a tarot reader as well as someone once obsessively followed Summer's case the day about 7 Bill Shipley gives me the creeps. I believe CPL involved. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Hi, Yvonne. It's good to see you. Sorry to say, but I do believe Summer is still alive. Some family has her to do to some old money. Well, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I do feel like Summer is possibly in spirit. Of course, we want to keep hope alive. Yvonne, I hope that she is still alive. You know, we always have to have hope that Summer will be found alive. But I trust my spirit guides. I trust what spirit tells me. Majority of the time, they have said some pretty crazy stuff to me though. But with this one, yeah, it's tough. But again, we always have to keep hope alive, okay? And everybody's entitled to their own opinion here. I don't judge anybody. You guys can say whatever you want. You just have to remember to say "in my opinion" or, just so we don't get in trouble with everyone. A lot of people get upset when you say Summer Wells is in spirit world. I don't get upset with that, because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I've heard all kinds of things about Summer Wells. And I don't get upset with people because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Okay, did anyone want to make a donation, or did anyone else want me to do another reading? I will pull cards on any other topic or any other crime if you guys want me to. Let me see if... Some people were asking for a reading. I don't know if anyone made a donation. I don't think anybody did, because it would have sent me a notification. You can cash at me if you want a personal reading. You don't feel she's alive either, country girl. The Darkest doesn't feel she's not alive either. So, yeah, I hate to feel hopeless about Summer, but let's ask the cards if Bill Shipley did something to Summer. Let's just bluntly ask. Again, not fact, just for entertainment purposes only. But I'm just going to ask the cards, did he do something to Summer Wells? I mean, the cards are kind of saying that he's a real asshole. Okay, I'm just going to say that. That he's a narcissist and that he feels untouchable. This man does feel untouchable to some degree. I'm just going to ask the cards. Did he do something to Summer Wells? Did this Bill Shipley guy do something to Summer Wells? Entertainment only, not fact. We're just asking the cards hypothetically, okay? Did Bill Shipley do anything to Summer Wells? This is just my own spiritual opinion, not fact. But I am curious what the cards will say. Did Bill Shipley do anything to Summer Wells? Did Bill Shipley do anything to Summer Wells, Spirit? Did Bill Shipley do anything to Summer Wells, Spirit? Please come. Spirit, let us know. Hi, Pearl Strand. It's good to see you. You think she's in spirit as well? Okay. I mean, everyone is entitled to that. And I had a dream about Summer when this all first happened. And she told me that she hurt her feet. And this is how I felt that I knew she was in spirit, because she came running. I was standing at the end of her driveway. And she came running down the driveway telling me that she hurt her foot. And she was running. And in my dream, I thought that I saw her feet. But when she got up close to me and she said, I hurt my foot, I hurt my foot, I looked down and she was floating. She didn't have feet. And I woke up and and this was like 2 days after her disappearance, and that dream gives me chills when I think about it. And I said, that child's in spirit. Like I knew I felt pretty strongly that she was in spirit right away, because of that dream that I had. I've also had dreams of seeing her being pushed from behind or being grabbed from behind. And she's standing on top of these rocks. But I can't see who grabs her. But she's barefoot. And her foot gets caught down in between these rocks. And the rocks almost have this bluish gray tint to them. It's really weird. So these were dreams that I had the first week that she went missing. I had a lot of dreams about this child. So, yeah, it was really weird. Hello, the VR guy. Yes, I have God. God is my buddy. Me and God are like this. God is my best friend. I pray to him all the time. See, I even have his cross here. I love God. Me and God are buddies. Okay. Did Bill Shipley do anything to hurt Summer Wells? Did Bill Shipley do anything to hurt Summer Wells? Did Bill Shipley do anything to hurt Summer Wells? Running out of options. Again, with this options, having options. Did he use Summer as an option of some sort? Ugh. So I feel that he is an emotionally unstable person, okay? He might have a drinking problem. He might have a drug problem, okay? This is a king that is emotionally unstable. This is a king that will mess with your head. Tell you all the things that you want to hear, but in reality, it doesn't mean shit. Nothing he says is real, but he says a lot of sweet nothings. Just like the Knight of Cups says a lot of sweet things in your ears, tells you all the things that you want to hear, seems like a good guy, but when you get down to the grassroots of him, he's not. And this is someone that's got an addiction problem. 100%. It's okay. No, we don't do black magic here. I'm a white witch. I'm a Christian witch. And he is stuck. Did he feel stuck? He couldn't get over something. He's grieving. He couldn't get over something. He's trying to get over something in his past. He is stuck, and he's tried to get away, but he couldn't. He tried to get to calmer waters, and he couldn't. Very interesting group of cards that just came out for this man. This is someone that is suffering a loss, but he's getting over it. So I still think that this man thinks he's going to get away with something. Like he's going to come out of it. But he won't. He won't be able to get away from this. He is going to be stuck. He's going to be held accountable for something. He can't he wants to escape, but he can't. And he is grieving about something. He's heartbroken over something. He's got a heavy heart about something. Wonder what he has a heavy heart about. Hurting pets? Hurting animals? Bill Shipley? Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate you looking out for the chat. Everybody let Brooke and Aggie know they're awesome. They do a great job. Yeah, we don't worship the devil here. We love God here very much. Again, Cup, he has a message for us. So I'm not getting cards that, like, he's not going to be successful. He's not going to listen. I do feel like the government is going to be involved. I do think that this guy is emotionally unstable. Again, we got the family in reverse, so an upset family. I just think that if he did do this to Don Wells, hold a gun up to him saying, you know, go get my money, that we would have heard about this much earlier. Like, why are we just now hearing about this? Like, you'd think Don and Candace would be like, oh, what about that guy that came to the house that day? Or if Don and Candace do say, what about Bill Shipley showing up holding a gun, right? And holding Summer hostage until Don paid him. That means that it's going to open up a whole can of worms to some drug activity or some other, maybe, I don't know what Bill Shipley could be involved in. I'm telling you, this man's not going to be successful. He's going to try to really talk his way out of it. He has a message for us that's going to come across as sweet. Or like he's going to try to whisper sweet nothings, but I don't think it's going to be successful. I mean, this is a person that is emotionally unstable, though. And he is going to be stuck. So as far as him doing something to Summer Wells, I can't say yes or no. I wish that I could. I can't. The cards aren't very clear. But what they are saying is that this is a drug addict or an alcoholic, and he's emotionally unstable. So that right there is a person that could hurt someone, okay? I mean, they're not right in the head. They're just not emotionally stable. And he is stuck, guys. He's really going to try to weasel his way out of this, but he's not going to be successful. So that gives me some hope. I feel like he's going to get a lawyer or something. He's going to lawyer up. I think he's going to lawyer up. Or he's going to start talking to somebody. Maybe another channel. I hope TBI has an eye on him. Because if he did this to animals and possibly is a suspect in his first wife's death, and he treated the second wife as awful as he's treated Kelley, I think that he should be on our radar. But as far as the cards saying that he did something to Summer, no, they're not saying that. But what they're saying to me is that this man is emotionally unstable, and we need to keep an eye on him. Definitely need to keep an eye on him. Because they have to admit that he's the drug. Yeah, exactly, Brooke. Yes, Pearl Strand. I love God very much. I mean, I have a very close relationship with God. I mean, everybody thinks this pentagram has something to do with the devil. It's older than the devil. It means yourself, your soul, you know, earth, fire, air, okay, water, the elements that are in all of us. All of we're made of atoms, okay? And all of the elements in the stars and all of the elements that are on the planets are in us. And the circle connects us all together. We are all connected by these elements, all right? It has nothing to do with the devil. It has nothing at all to do with the devil. Now, there are witches out there that do put the devil into witchcraft, but truly, he never belonged in there. He's older than the stories of the Bible. This symbol is older than the stories of Christianity, okay? It's a beautiful symbol, but it can be abused. Just like devil worshippers take the Christian cross and they flip it upside down They can do the same thing with this and do bad things with it, okay? Just like people can take the Christian cross and flip it and mock God. We have the same problem in our faith too. You know, people do bad things sometimes, okay? But not all witches worship the devil. The devil has nothing to do with witchcraft. My deity is God. I work with God. I'm closer to God because I am Wiccan. And I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but that's how it is. I'm close to God because I love God through nature and through the universe. I love God through my Wiccan faith. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's me. But it is weird, isn't it, country girl, that so many have passed away now? Like, Allie died, or supposedly. I don't even want to say that she has passed or not, because I got in trouble with that last time because I believed Scam Drew, and I put on my channel, you know, all his channel information and to donate to him, and I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker, guys, and I'm sorry. I fell for it. I fell for the scam. I screwed up. But Allie is not probably with us. I mean, from what I'm understanding, she may have recently passed. Do we know if she has passed, guys? Sure, you can subscribe to me, you mean? How do I say your name? Drakfuboon? I'm having a hard time. Yeah, I did. I felt horrible for them all. I mean, nobody wants to think of their mom in that position. And God bless Allie. You know, I don't want to think of her in that position. It was terrible. And it really pulled on my heartstrings. I have a heart. I can't help that. But, like, Andrew's not handling this right. Andrew should come on and just apologize to everybody and say, yeah, I wanted to make a quick buck off this. I did. That's exactly what he wanted to do. And if he could just admit that, then he'd be better off. Instead of throwing his son under the bus, I mean, this makes him look even worse. You know, trying to pull all these excuses of how terrible his son is. Well, then you knew your son was terrible before you promoted him on your channel. That's basically what he's saying, that he already knew his son was this horrible guy, but yet he still promoted him on his channel. So he's contradicting himself. All Andrew needs to do is just own it. Own it. I came on my channel, thought Allie was dying, so I wanted to make a quick buck off of it, and that's what I did. Thanks for your donations. Please forgive me. I won't do it again. He'd probably be better off if he'd just tell the truth and just be honest about his scamathon. You know, that's what he needs to do. But he won't do that because that takes admitting being basically a piece of crap. Not a great dad, okay? I have 2 kids. My kids are 10 years apart. They're not perfect, but I got good kids. I got really good kids. I'm blessed. I got great kids. My son's going back into college. He re-enrolled. He's going to try to get his master's. He is an ITT specialist. You know, he went to school. He did what he had to do. He makes great money. He's a smart, intelligent kid. He's 23 years old. You know, I'm blessed. I have really good kids. But I couldn't imagine if my kid did something bad, like stole rent or like everything that he's accusing Hunter of doing. I wouldn't announce it on YouTube, and I wouldn't publicly announce that I'm getting him arrested or reporting him to get him in trouble. Like, I don't understand his parenting skills at all. That would never come on YouTube. If my son ever stole my son has never stolen, but if my son ever stole rent from me, or if my daughter ever did anything bad, like, you guys wouldn't know about it. Maybe just Aggie and Brooke or Country Girl. I'd probably tell you guys. Like, because I talk to you guys regularly, but I wouldn't like come on YouTube and announce that. Like, that's just so weird to me. You know, like I would tell Aggie and Brooke and Country Girl or my other mod Sam or Ziggy. I think I could probably tell Ziggy, you know, hey, I'm struggling with this with my kids, but it would be private. I would not announce that on YouTube. Like, what is he thinking? He's making it 10 times worse for his channel. He just needs to own it. Just own it. Own what it is. Own exactly what you did. Own it and move on, you know? Yep, fraudulent crap again. And that's the upsets me with Because our Summer Wells community, you know, even for the Wells supporters and people like us who are not fully sold on the parents, we're torn on the parents. I'm very torn on the parents. I don't want to say they fully did it, but I am very suspicious of the parents. I just am. I can't help it. But I'm suspicious of everybody. I have a suspicious with this case specifically. I'm suspicious, and now I'm suspicious of Bill Shipley. Okay. Yes, the cards aren't saying that he did do something this summer, but I'm telling you, we're dealing with somebody who's emotionally unstable, a narcissist, and he thinks he's special. He really thinks he's going to weasel his way out of it. He really does. But, I can't fully commit that the parents are guilty or not guilty. I'm very torn on them. You know, I have a very mixed feelings for the parents. But that's just my own opinion. And everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I find that their statements are conflicting. The whole piece of candy, the whole going into the basement. It's just, I have a hard time buying it. I just do. And that's just my own personal opinion. And there's some shady characters all around, you know? I don't know. But how do you guys feel about Bill Shipley? Do you think that he could possibly be someone of interest? Like the cards are kind of saying, like, we need to keep an eye on him, basically. Yes. Where others are doing the same as he is. Yep. You don't think there was ever any candy either? Yeah, I'm not buying that whole piece of candy. And I swear, if there was a piece of candy, I think it might have been a pill. I'm sorry. And that's just my own personal opinion. That's not fact. I have no proof of that. Remember, everything we say here is just my own personal opinion. But if there was a piece of candy given, I truly am questioning what that piece of candy is. One, because the astrology has summer connected to Neptune. And we know Neptune means drugs, drowning, and lies. And pretty much so, the whole damn family, including Don, Candace, Summer, and the boys, which show up as Mercury, all go down to Neptune at some point in the astrology. Everybody has some affiliation or opposed when it's the red lines or the blue lines in the astrology chart. When you look at the wheel, you want to pay attention to the blue lines and the red lines. Red lines is a square or it's an opposition, okay? Meaning that there's conflict. There's something not right there. The planets are saying that there's friction between these planets, okay? And if I'm remembering, there's a lot of red lines in her chart, one, and it's opposed. Neptune is opposed her, meaning that there's conflict. And Neptune means drugs in crime, not on your basic natal chart, but in crime. Neptune can mean drugs, drowning, and lies, and it's the fog machine. It literally is fog. Like there's a delusion and illusion to Summer's whole crime chart. And I just can't, I'm not saying that the parents are guilty or not guilty. I'm just saying that there's some fog that we're dealing with. And there's a delusion here. And I'm not sure what that is. And I think that if Bill Shipley did hold Summer's hand and held her basically what this girl Kelley is saying, that he held her hand while Don went down to go pay him. So it's like saying he held basically Summer like kind of hostage in a way. Which again, I don't know. This is hearsay. Not saying that this actually happened or not, but this is what was repeated, okay? On Ziggy's channel, this is what was repeated. That Don went and got him $500. Now, Don and Candace are basically being accused of doing something to their daughter. You'd think that they'd come forward with, hey, do you remember that day that Billy was here and he held Summer's hand, and that they would repeat this. So I find it very suspicious that, one, we haven't heard about this yet already, that this is like the first time we're actually hearing about this. I find it a little suspicious, not saying that anyone's lying here, but it's just, why haven't we heard about it? And if Don and Candace are looked at as possibly involved, you'd think that they would quickly throw Bill Shipley under the bus and say, it's that guy did it, right? But they've never come forward. So I'm questioning, why haven't the Wells come forward? If this has happened, why aren't the Wells talking about it? Is it because it's going to open up a whole can of worms of some other shady dealings going on? That's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility, guys, and I think we need to consider it, all right? I'm not saying that it's fact or anything, but I do think it's something we should definitely consider, right? And you guys kind of agree with me on that? That it's shady, and that the Wells should have come forward a long time ago about this. And, just like we have Jody Sue Brown, who is this, I believe that Jody Sue Brown is hurting. All right, I don't want to throw a lot of shade towards Jody Sue Brown, but I've binge watched her channel, and I think I have brain damage now. Like, I literally get off of her channel after watching it for 6 hours, and I feel horrible. I'm like, what the hell am I watching? She speaks in riddles. She talks in circles. She calls everybody a monster. I don't know which monster she's referring to. It could be Monster Don Wells. It could be Monster Candace. It could be Monster Andy B. I'm not sure. She has a lot of monsters in her life, okay? She speaks in riddles. She never comes right out and says exactly what it is. She dances and tiptoes around all the little subjects. And I think I've suffered brain damage because of her channel. But I do think that there is something there, but she could also be this like angry, scorned wife, okay? This ex that's hurting because Andy left her. And are we just watching the ramblings of a scorned ex? Now, I didn't get that vibe from Kelley on Ziggy's channel. Like, I think that Kelley is truly scared, that she has suffered from some type of abuse, narcissistic abuse for sure, and that this is a scary guy. So I find it suspicious that the Wells haven't mentioned Bill Shipley and this situation. You'd think that this is something that the Wells would discuss openly. It goes to the kind of life they had. But I think Don and Candace know far more than they're saying. I think they were involved. It's very possible. It's very possible. At this point, I mean, it's going on for so long now. I just keep thinking about on Summer's astrology, how in the transits on her natal chart, Saturn transits. Well, I don't have her exact time of birth, but there's a few charts there's 3 charts that I've pulled, and Saturn just goes over her. And it's in transit, meaning it's on the outside of the chart. And to me, Saturn is father time, right? Father, he's Chronos. And I mean, you guys, it could be years before we find her. Like, I hate to say that, but I mean, I saw the same thing for Chiron, Harmon. Chiron had Saturn in transit, and Saturn played a role in his astrology too, meaning that it's going to be a long time before we find him. Chiron, I mean, he was in the position of Virgo, meaning that he's buried in a shallow grave in the woods. He's in the woods. Susan Morphew, she had Saturn in transit as well, I believe, at one point in her chart. And it can mean that it's just going to be a time, years, And I hate to say that, but the astrology has hinted around to it being years before we find Summer. I really hope that it's going to be 2024. And that could be a year, that could be 20 years, I mean, it could be 3 years, it could be 5 years. But it's just, the astrology has already hinted to me that it's going to be years. Now, Saturn is it's moving, okay? So Summer's astrology from her time, like, let's say if Summer has passed, okay? Let's say her remains, okay? The astrology points out to where her remains possibly could be. It tells me that she's in the sign of Aquarius, all right? Which means that she is in either near water, fresh water, sewers, drains. It can be ditches. It can be quarries. It can be anywhere that, like a dam, a railroad bridge, higher elevated areas, hilly areas, rolling hills, things like that, okay? it rules many things. But Saturn has moved, guys. Saturn is going into the sign of Pisces right now. And there was a time last year that she was just on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces, which makes me think she's near water, okay? And she might be in an area that has water that fluctuates, right? Maybe sometimes higher, like the water might flood a little bit in that area and then it recedes. And then it floods in a little bit and then it recedes. As far as her line of Saturn. So this year, Saturn changed. But as far as her crime chart, the time of the date that she's missing, the crime chart has her still in Aquarius from the date that she goes missing. But it is interesting because Saturn has just changed position. So it's something that we should consider, that she might be in an area that gets water and then it recedes, floods and recedes, or that there was flooding and then it, went back. So I do feel like she might be near fresh water. Hypothetically, if she is passed away, okay? I don't want to say that she is, I don't want to say that she isn't, but I'm just saying if she is, the astrology has said to us her remains would be found near Aquarius, and Aquarius rules freshwater ways. It also rules out in the open, out in the, in a field, looking up at the stars. It also rules that. But I would say that there's hills in the background. I would say possible mountains in the background, or that she's near a mountain. All these things play a role in Aquarius. Railroad tracks as well play a role in Aquarius as well. Railroad bridges, anything that has water going underneath of it. That's all Aquarius, guys. Hi, Strawberries. It's good to see you. I'm so glad you guys are here. The screen was unfounded because she's a known drunk messed up. Yeah, she says she doesn't drink videos. Jody Sue Brown is just unhappy and wants everyone to feel the same way. Yeah, I think I don't know if I feel like I have to watch her to learn. Like I watch a lot of channels about the wells. And I listen, right? I listen whenever Fred talks. I listen whenever Laura talks. I listen when Andy talks. Cher had Cher from Voices Behind the Wall. She had another interesting interview with Andy B. Okay, and he said a lot of interesting things. So I mean, I try to listen to everyone that talks about summer, and sadly, I have to listen to Jody Sue Brown because I have to. Like I need to absorb it. It's difficult, but I muster through it. I do, because I need to listen to everybody, and then just meditate on it and do what my spirit feels is right. And then I pull cards on it and look at the astrology. That's what I do. Pearls, and she is an angry person. Remember the online fight with her and Don? She spent a lot of time there and now she has nothing. Hubby gone, kids grew, she's alone. Yeah, it's kind of sad. She says that she's not drinking, but when she first comes on, and this is nothing against Jody Sue Brown, but this is just my own personal opinion, okay? I do think she might be drinking because, I've been on for 2 hours now, and my voice, my tone is the same. I'm not slurring my words. I'm drinking iced tea, okay? I don't have a chaser, and I don't have a bunch of cups around me. And, she'll have, 2 cups going. She'll take a sip, and then she'll do she'll literally do a chaser. Where you're like, what? And I've actually heard her say, I need some liquor. I've heard her say that. And she went and took a sip of her big gulp cup, okay? And if you listen to her, she starts off in the beginning of her videos, and she's talking kind of clear. She's making sense. She's not... By the end of 11 hours, she'll be on for 11 hours. My girl is slurring. I mean, she is just straight up blah, 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 and slurring, okay? I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but to me, that's someone that's definitely under the influence. I mean, maybe she's taking medication that might make her feel that way, because I know that she is also sick. So I don't want to say she is or she isn't, but to me, it's a bit suspicious. I think she might be intoxicated, but whatever. So I would suggest that you guys all go check out Ziggy's channel and watch that interview with Kelley. I think Bill Shipley is someone that we really need to worry about. I do. I'm not saying that he did or didn't, but I'm just saying his cards, yeah, he's not the nicest guy in the world. Definitely not the nicest guy in the world. So as far as what Kelley is saying, I mean, the cards kind of do back up that he's not a good guy. He's just not a good guy. And I do think we're dealing with a master narcissist. I do think that we have a vibe, and he might be like a little mentally ill, maybe. I don't know. It's just my own opinion, and he's probably going to come for me. I mean, these people are crazy in the Summer Wells case, man. I'm telling you. But, I mean, we did get justice for his cards, so let's have hope and faith and give it to God that he will be held accountable. If he did hurt his first wife, I mean, the cards said that justice is coming. And, you know, we'll ask God to make that happen. I mean, if he is guilty, the card said that justice is coming for him. So, you know, I'm going to give that to God. If these cards, I prayed to God, I asked God for answers. I mean, he's saying justice is coming, and I believe it. I mean, I do believe justice might be coming for him. And it was an upright position, wasn't it? Yes, yeah, the card was upright, so that's all good. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate y'all being here. If anyone didn't want a personal reading, or if you guys wanted me to do another reading on another question, do any of you guys have any other true crime cases that you want me to read on? If not, I'll just head out. I think we've been on over an hour now. Does anybody have any questions, or does anybody need a reading? Oh, you're welcome, Pearl Strand. I hope I helped. I hope the cards gave you guys some answers about this guy. Yeah. Okay. All right. And I have free readings coming up for the mods. I'll probably do that in this upcoming week. I try to give my mods their free readings every month. So I got to do Aggie, Country Girl, Sam, and Brooke. You guys all have free readings coming up, so we'll do that next week, and we'll come on live and do some free readings for you guys, because I really appreciate you guys helping me. And if I had money, I'd pay you, but I don't have money. I have no money, so all I can do is offer you guys free readings. Okay? Yes, Country Girl, you're due for a free reading. I don't think I got you last time, so you're due, honey. It's the least I can do for you guys. You know, I mean, you guys protect me from all the people accusing me of being a witch. Even though I am a witch, but I'm a good witch. You guys protect me. I appreciate it. You keep us all safe. And you guys are awesome mods. I mean, I see you on other channels, and I am blessed to truly have such wonderful mods. I can't even tell you guys enough how blessed I am. Candace is inviting everyone to Summer's birthday party on 222 at the Cedar Grove Baptist Church, Kingport, Tennessee. Heard on the Cow Ladies channel. Robin doing the party. Candace will be there. Oh my gosh, are you guys serious? Her birthday party. I don't know how I feel about that. How do you guys feel about that? Is that weird? Why do I feel like that's weird? That's weird. Summer Wells' birthday party at the church. Why would they do that? Celebration of life. They can't really say it's a celebration of life, because then that means that they're committing to that she's gone. Right? I mean, it's weird, right? Jesus, take the wheel. Aggie's so funny. I love Aggie. That's our Aries right there. She's very direct. Aggie will tell you how it is. Brooke is very direct too. She's very They're both fire signs, okay? Fire signs are very practical. They're pragmatic. They just blurt it out because it needs to be said. It is weird. It's weird, right? Am I thinking wrong here? I'm not, right? Yes, I can do a card reading for you. It's $20 for a card reading. I don't charge when we do victim readings. I don't make money off of victims. What is your question, hon? Yes. I just did Leo's astrology for the whole year. You can look it up on my channel, Pearl Strand. You guys are going to have a really good year. Got a lot going on for your astrology. Country Girl thinks it's weird too, right? Yes, I do feel like it's weird. It is weird. Yes, you're a fire sign too, and you guys are just saying it. You're very logical. Leos have this ancient wisdom that's passed down from your ancestors. Leos have gifts, you know, and I put it on my community post tonight that we're having a full moon in Leo on the 25th, and I'm just going to remind everybody to speak from your heart. The Leos have a tremendous gift where they can speak from their hearts because they have the heart of the lion. They are the heart of the lion, and it's going to be a wolf full moon. So I wanted to put it out there for all of you guys to find your voice and speak from the heart. Leos can tell you bluntly how it is. Most fire signs can do this, okay? But a Leo can do it with compassion and sound very loving when they're telling you the truth, okay? Aries will just blurt it out and just be like, no, he's cheating on you. He's a piece of crap. You need to leave him, period, right? But then the Leo will be like, he's a piece of crap, but you need to leave him. But they say it in like such a compassionate way. This is a gift that Leos have. But yeah, we need our fire signs. They're very important to us. Yes, her birthday is in February. Yes. Oh my God, she's going to be 8 already? Jeez. Brooke. She's getting so big. Your birthday is also so you're an Aquarius strawberry? Strawberries and peaches? You're an Aquarius too? Yes, they are. Yes, Aries are very blunt. Yes, but Aries are great because they always tell you the truth, even if you don't want to hear it. Aries are, you know, they rule the face and the eyes, and they see things head on, right? Because they're the ram. They just can hit with their horns. But they tackle things head on, right? I'm the crab. I'm the little crab that walks sideways on the beach, and I'm like, I'm crawling across the sand, like, oh, let me approach it like this. Oh, no, let me go at this angle. Oh, let me look over here. Let me look over here. That's a crab, right? We have our little eyeballs sitting on top of our heads, right? As we're crawling across the beach because we're emotional. We're very emotional, and we see things from all angles before we go in and attack, right? Her and Summer are only 8 days apart. Aw, poor Summer. Poor little Summer. God, that breaks my heart. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. All right, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of you. And next week, we'll do the free readings for all the mods, okay? And if you guys want a reading, you can email me personally, and it's just $20. Thank you. Thank you for just joining. I appreciate it. Okay, bye everybody. Love you all. Have a good night.